Hello everyone and welcome to this week's lesson. This week we will create values with Dala's charcoal. Value refers to the lightness or darkness of a medium. With Dala's charcoal and water, we are going to create a beautiful painting on the watercolor paper. We are going to use the tracing pad to reproduce the image for our painting. Many artists use this method in their paintings. We will also need some brushes, a variety of acrylic paints, which is also available in pots. I will also use the Flesh Tones oil pastel set, the acrylic white gesso. We are going to combine the acrylic gesso with the charcoal to create the different values in a face that we are going to use in our painting. We are also using magazine papers in the background of our painting. I chose reds and orange pages for my background. I have a picture of a woman's face that I'm going to use as a reference in my painting, and I just chose a fashion model's face. And we are going to use Dala's tracing paper for those of you who cannot draw. I personally like to use a proportional divider to copy images to my canvas or to the paper that I am going to work on, but you don't need to do that. You will also need a HB pencil and a water brush pen. If you don't have one, you can also use a normal paintbrush with water. I will just use a piece of hardwood and some masking tape to keep my paper in place while I am working on the painting. I am now going to trace the outlines of this woman's face to copy it onto my paper. The best way to do this is to hold it against a window with lots of light so that you can see the lines clearly, and then you trace whatever you need. For this lesson, I will only use the basic lines of this face, and therefore I only traced the shape of her face, her features, her neck, and I drew in some shoulders. I already taped down my paper onto the hardboard and I'm ready to start my painting. Now, in order to get this image onto the canvas, you are going to need some tracing paper. Artist tracing paper is very expensive. And because we are going to work with charcoal today, I'm going to show you a trick how to use the charcoal to get the image onto your canvas. All you have to do is flip it over and rub some charcoal at the back. Flip the paper back, put it in position, and all you have to do now is go over the lines that you already have on your tracing paper. The upside of using this method is that your sketch is already done in charcoal. You can just dust it off and you can go over all the lines with your pencil. We are now going to collage some of the colored pieces on the background with the acrylic gel medium. I'm now going to paint the face with gesso. With a thin charcoal stick, I am now going to draw hair, and I'm also going to go over all the lines that I've already traced. I don't want to copy this image exactly. I am using it as a reference, and I am now drawing my own hair. You can see the difference in the charcoal where I drew on top of the gesso and over the gel medium. I am now going to fill her hair with acrylic paint, and I'm going to use my fingers for it. Of course, you can use a brush to paint, but I prefer to feel the paint and I prefer to play like a child. I'm going to go over it with a lighter color and then also use the Payne's Grey to create some shadows. I'm going to use red paint and paint over my background to bring everything together, and the areas that I want to expose or want to keep, I will clean with a baby wipe. I am just going to use the acrylic gesso and paint another layer on top of the face to make it completely opaque. Paging through the magazines, I found a basket filled with proteas that I am going to use as flowers in her hair. I am using the acrylic gel medium to glue it onto my painting. Before I collage the red proteas in her hair, I'm just going to use some Payne's Grey to make the background a little bit darker in the area where I'm going to put the flowers, so that it does not fade away into the background. I just finished everything off with some paint. I am now going to use my charcoal stick to sketch my face and to go over the lines that I've traced. I'm going to press down hard on my charcoal stick to get a very dark black line. Remember, we are going to use water to create the different values, so I need a lot of charcoal on my painting. I'm just going to sharpen my tip a bit so that I can draw some of the finer lines. With my water brush pen, I am now going to dilute some of the charcoal to create the different values in the shading from darkest to lightest. I'm just going to emphasize some of the features with the charcoal pen again to make it really black so that it can stand out. Using the flesh colored oil pastel, I'm just going to put some color in her cheeks, also on her lips, and I'm also just going to color her eyes. If I bring this up a bit, you will see the different values we have created with the charcoal and with the water, from dark to light. With a script stamp and white ink, I am just going to fill up the background. I'm stamping the word dream in black, and I'm just going to finish off the painting with a white paint marker and sign my name. And we are done. And we created a beautiful mixed media painting with gesso and charcoal and learned about values. I really hope you enjoyed this week's lesson, and I can't wait to see you next week. Bye for now.